some more points that we would like to go through now. Here, in fact, we see what exactly is has been kept for consideration by the Directorate of Enforcement in front of the court. Now, these are the main points of law that are in fact being brought into question. Now, the first, of course, being whether the respondents being, of course, the state of West Bengal, as we saw the charges being brought against the West Bengal Chief Minister as well as the West Bengal Police. So whether the respondents having obstructed the course of investigation during search operations are liable to be proceeded with and prosecuted for such illegal conduct of obstructing official search action by authorized officers under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act. So the main question, of course, being whether they can be prosecuted for obstructing the action of the Enforcement Directorate. The second main point here being whether the actions of the respondents and the offences committed by them against the officers of the ED deserve to be investigated by the Central Bureau of Investigation. So the second point that the ED is bringing is whether, they can involve the CBI into this against the respondents, that is the West Bengal government, the West Bengal Chief Minister, as well as some officials of the West Bengal Police, as we had earlier seen. Thirdly and lastly, whether the illegal and unconstitutional interference by the state executive in lawful Enforcement Directorate proceedings under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act, wrongful restraint and confinement of central government officers, theft of digital and other evidence, and breakdown of rule of law attracts several offences under BNS, which requires independent investigation and punishment as per law. So it is not just that, they're looking at involving the CBI, but they're also looking at whether other provisions under the BNS can be brought against them for three things. That is, of course, interfering with the ED's proceedings under the PMLA. Secondly, the wrongful restraint and confinement of central government officers, that is the ED officials. And thirdly, the theft of digital and other evidence. And all of this, of course, led to the breakdown of rule of law. And therefore, several offences under the BNS, if they can be brought against them, is what the ED is currently looking at. So these are the three main points of law that are that the ED has brought under this petition in the court. Now, going through the broad points of this petition, the CBI Kolkata, they've shared that the CBI Kolkata registered an FIR dated 27th November 2020, and under this, of course, they were the Area Security Inspector, the ECL, Shri Debashish Mukherjee, Security in Charge, and Kajora area and other public servants and private persons for illegal excavation and theft of coal from the leasehold area of ECL in active connivance of the officials of ECL, CISF, Indian Railways, and concerned other departments. So this was the initial FIR that had been filed in 2020, and secondly, the Enforcement Directorate initiated investigation under the provisions of PMLA under the said FIR that had been registered on the 28th of November 2020, and this, of course, the ED was investigating it under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002. Now, during this investigation, it was revealed that the coal smuggling syndicate is what it is being called by the Enforcement Directorate, led by Anup Maji, used to steal and illegally excavate coal from ECL leasehold areas of West Bengal. Thereafter, the stolen and illegally excavated coal used to be sold at various factories, plants located in all of these areas and other districts of West Bengal. The payment for the sale of stolen and illegally excavated coal used to be made in cash by the factory owners. Such cash used to be collected by syndicate members. After the collection of cash, the same used to be deposited by Banerjee No. 1 office at the syndicate run by Anup Maji. Further investigation also revealed that Sri Neeraj Singh used to maintain the records of the POC generated from the illegal coal mining business operation at Kolkata. So this is the broad case that is being investigated. This was filed way back in 2020, and it is the evidence regarding this that Mamata Banerjee is being accused of trying to hide, and the further investigation into this was, of course, ongoing, after which Mamata Banerjee and West Bengal police officials are accused of preventing the Enforcement Directorate from collecting evidence and interfering in their proceedings. Yes, Uday, back to you.
Ashwini Dubey, OAR Supreme Court, is also joining us now. Ashwini Dubey, what do you make of these submissions by the ED which of course will figure in this hearing in the Kolkata High Court.
Thank you, Uday, for having me here. Uday, the ED states that the searches were part of the investigation into 2020 money laundering case registered against businessman Anup Maji, who is accused of involvement in coal smuggling. And the contrary, if you see, the Trinamool Congress has alleged that the action against IPAC was a mere pretext of investigation adopted to unlawfully gain access to the party's campaign and political strategy ahead of the upcoming assembly elections in West Bengal. So both the sides, ED as well as the Trinamool Congress and the Mamata Banerjee, both have leveled allegations against each other. And what the ED says, the ED seeks a CBI probe against Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee for allegedly obstructing an ongoing money laundering investigation, as well as the return of documents and electronic materials she is said to have taken from the premises linked to the IPAC. Now, the court will hear both the sides, and a court finds that the ED investigation is within the ambit of the law, and the ED is doing absolutely legitimate time. The court may direct the ED with certain conditions to search and to conduct the raid. And if court finds that no, the ED is not properly following the process of law, court may pass directions. Now, on the contrary, if you see, the Mamata Banerjee, what she is alleging, that it is an attempt to obstruct it is an attempt to know about the political strategy and election strategy. That will also court remember. But the thing is, moot question over here is, if any investigating agency of the country wishes to investigate any issue, why so much hue and cry the political parties or those who are involved in the crime, allegedly involved in the crime, they do not support the investigating agency. That's a wrong trend which is being adopted. Tomorrow, some investigating agencies issue a notice, and people will come on the road and they will obstruct the investigation. So from where the truth will reveal. So this is very serious issue which is going on. As a citizen of country and as a student of law, Uday, I would say that if any investigating agency of the country which is constitutionally bound to undertake an investigation, any offence, issue any notice to any individual or any authority or any political person, we must go and answer those questions. Obstruction of a central agency or premier agency by the state agency, that will create chaos, and that is called the breakdown of constitutional machinery. This is not the Sanghiya Dhacha, what we say, that the relationship between the states and the center. So what is required, that the stringent rules and regulations have to be complied with, and the court must come forward and formulate certain guidelines so that the investigation be smoothly conducted. Over to you.
Let me in fact also at this point bring in Radhalaxmi Joshi, political analyst. Radhalaxmi Joshi, now the ED of course making several submissions which will be heard by the court, but several serious charges as well being mentioned in this affidavit, in this petition by the Enforcement Directorate.
Hello Uday. Yeah, this is extremely concerning. Looking at how a chief minister of a state is meddling in the affairs and is tampering with evidences and is completely obstructing the procedure that is being conducted by the ED. And the shocking matter is that this IPAC is a private entity, and Mamata Banerjee just walks into their office during the raid being conducted, and she walks out with the evidence in full glaring view of the entire media. I mean, that is shocking. Look at the audacity. So see, the thing is that the ED is very rightly, they are entitled to be conducting these raids because there are serious money laundering charges against IPAC. So I think that they are fully entitled to do so. See, and this is as a part of a series that is in a very serious charge that is against there is the coal smuggling case against Sri Anup Maji and some others, which is happening. And during those investigations, during the course of investigations, they have come to a series of people who are in the money laundering syndicate, and one of them has turned out to be IPAC, which happened to be in the past connected to several other political parties also. Now, why is the TMC and why is Mamata Banerjee Why are they rattled so much? She is using her administrative offices. She is using the police